Have you ever wondered why many times you often don't know the reason you do the things you do? Or other times, personal growth and development seem difficult? Well, there's a life skill that actually fixes all of these challenges, and that's what I'll be sharing with you today. So let's dive right into the video. Research suggests that when we see ourselves more clearly, we are more confident and more creative. We tend to make sounder decisions, build stronger relationships, and even communicate more effectively. We are less likely to lie, cheat, and steal. Apparently, there's an update, and self-awareness is the latest management buzzword and the 21st century skill that everyone must have. According to Tasha Yuri, self-awareness is the ability for us to see ourselves clearly, understand who we are, how others view us, and how we fit into the world. It is the ability to introspect the right way. And when I mean introspecting the right way, I mean having the right approach to introspection. So basically, understanding your values, your emotions, your passions, and even how you learn and assimilate is a game changer. There are so many ways self-awareness can actually change your life. And I'm going to be sharing ways that self-awareness can change your life for the best. Your life is going to move from this to this. The first thing on my list is self-awareness is the bedrock for personal growth and development. Everybody wants to be better, everybody wants to, develop themselves and be the best they can be. But self-awareness actually helps you to know how and the proportion to which you're supposed to apply something to your life. For instance, if you're someone who doesn't really gather knowledge when you read, but you gather knowledge a lot more when you watch videos, like videos on YouTube, it is the understanding of this that actually help you to narrow your focus towards the way you actually learn and assimilate knowledge. You see, if you cannot cope with a group coaching, for instance, if you don't know, you just keep on saying that coaches are not working, coaching is not working for you. Meanwhile, it is because you cannot thrive on a group coaching. You actually thrive when you have like a one-on-one conversation with the person, when it feels like the person is closer to you. Do you see how self-awareness can actually help you when it comes to personal growth and development? My second point is self-awareness is a major mechanism to manage your emotions and practice self-control. Before you can practice self-control, you have to understand the extent to which your emotions can take you, and you now know how to manage it, which leads us to managing emotions. So first of all, self-awareness helps you to identify the triggers and to name your emotions. For instance, if mediocrity pisses you off, when you get to an environment where mediocrity is like the order of the day, you already understand that this is something that can trigger an emotion of annoyance, which will repel people from you. So when you get to such environment, you want to keep quiet so that in the place of talking, you don't vent your anger. Do you see? So self-awareness helps you to understand your triggers. Your triggers help you to name your emotions, and then you are able to manage the emotions and practice self-control. The third point on my list is self-awareness helps you to change your beliefs. While we are growing up, there were so many things that were introduced to us from our experiences, from the things we watched, and the things that we observed while we were growing. So self-awareness helps you to question things in your life. During your journaling time and your meditation time, you just take introspection and say, oh, what exactly is the point of this belief system that I have? Does this belief system really serve me? Is this belief really true? By the time you begin to question your belief systems and your belief, you will see how that they no longer serve you, and you see those that you need to change. But all this actually begins with self-awareness in the place of meditation and journaling, and also being in yourself, having time with yourself, taking pleasure in solitude, and just knowing exactly the things that are happening on your inside. Sometimes when we don't practice solitude, we just move with the crowd, we believe what everybody believes, we take in what everybody says. But by the time you begin to practice solitude, you'll be able to filter the things that you actually believe, and then you'll be able to pick the ones that serve you and the ones that no longer serve you, or the ones that were never true. The fourth point is self-awareness facilitate better personal and professional relationships. Self-awareness is just so beautiful. Self-awareness helps you to understand your emotions and how people see you. Again, because you understand your emotions, when you relate with people, you are able to empathize with them. You're not judgmental. You listen more than you speak, and then you put yourself actually in the spaces where people are to really feel what they feel. That way, people will see you as someone who embraces them. People will see you as someone who understands how they feel and where they are, and that will take your relationship from a level to the next level. As a boss, your teammates, your team players will see you as someone who is approachable, because whenever they approach you, even when they've done something wrong, they have that impression that you're not going to judge them, you're going to listen to them, and you're going to give them a benefit of doubt whenever they feel they've done something wrong. The first way to become self-aware is to observe yourself, and I'm going to be explaining this in 2 points. The first is through introspection, and the second is looking inward. Now, Introspection could actually be done the wrong way or the right way, and I know for many of us we've been doing it the wrong way. So when it comes to introspection, it always involves asking questions, but many times we ask the question why. According to Tasha Urich again, she found out in her research that when we ask the question why, it takes us backward and takes us away from the real answer. But when we ask the question what, it actually moves us forward and opens a window of possibilities to us. So instead of saying, why does my boss hate me, you ask a question like, what can I do to actually prove to my boss that I'm the best staff in this company? You see, that sounds better. That shows you that there's a possibility of you proving yourself, and that actually puts you on the positive paradigm. Now, looking inward helps you to understand your passions, your emotions, your strengths, your weaknesses, and just how you do generally. So when you understand your strengths and your weaknesses, you are able to manage your strengths and you're able to strengthen your strengths. That way, you're not putting so much focus on your weakness. When it comes to your weakness, you outsource for help, and when it comes to your strengths, you show up like really you're the boss in it. Get what I'm saying? The second way to become more self-aware is to practice daily self-reflection. After the day's work and all of that, it's just very easy for us to just go to our bed and sleep and wake up the next day and life continues. But a way that you can become more self-aware is to practice daily self-reflection. Daily self-reflection is you basically looking back at how your day went, the decisions you made, the emotions that played out, how you related with people, and all. By the time you begin to reflect daily, you begin to see yourself really for who you are, and not how you want people to see you, or how social media has labeled for all of us to actually show up. So for yourself who you are, and then you can begin to work on the things that you think you should work on. The third way to become more self-aware is to ask for feedback, and I mean objective feedback. Many of us often shy away from feedback, thinking people will say something bad about me, nobody likes me, so when I ask for feedback, they will definitely give me a wrong impression and give me negative feedbacks. You should actually seek for objective feedbacks, and people you can seek for feedback from are your bosses, people who you rate high and will tell you the truth. And whenever you are looking for feedback, always have it at the back of your mind that you're ready to take them in. But in the place of taking them in, you should be able to filter the ones that are wrong, because we are humans anyway. And then you should be able to take in corrections. And this brings me to my next point, that you actually need to be true to yourself on your journey to self-awareness. It is not something that just jumps on you, and it's not something that you work on without being sincere to yourself. So when people give you objective feedback, take them, work on them, and you just find yourself becoming better, because the truth is people actually see us more than we see ourselves. The first way to become more self-aware is to actually take the personality test and the strength finder. I'm not going to be talking so much more on this, but I'm going to be leaving a link in the description so that you can just go there and take your personality test, and then the journey begins already. So what personality test does for you is actually to show you your strength, show you your temperament, show you how you actually do in the workplace, your kind of person in relationships, and the kind of hobbies that you will likely have, the kind of careers that you often thrive in and that you navigate towards the more. The last point on my list is actually to journal. Journaling is a video on its own, and when I say journaling, I know journaling has no rules. There are no rules to journaling, but you want to leave negative vibes out of your journaling. You don't want to write negative things about people even when they hurt you. You want to give them the benefit of doubt in your journal. You know, when you come back to your journal a few years from now, you want to be proud of yourself. You don't want any negative feeling lingering, you know, having negative remembrance and all of that. So ensure you journal every day, even as you do your self-reflection. Ensure you do it alongside journaling. By the time you come back to your journal, you'll be able to name your emotions. You'll be able to see the patterns of emotions, the patterns of strength, and you know, the patterns of triggers that you have. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you have any questions, please put them in the comment section. I'll be more than glad to answer your questions. Please subscribe if you're not subscribed yet, and please like this video as well. I'll see you in my next video. Bye bye.